What's up everybody? So as you can see, this is kind of a different setup, but I got a green screen, so now I could be that professional YouTuber. But in today's video, I'm really excited because I get to talk about something that I am very passionate about and something that I love a lot, and if you haven't figured it out by now, it's Disneyland. So I've actually had an annual pass for the past 4 years, and it ran out this Saturday, so I don't have it anymore. And I don't have the money to renew it just yet, but hopefully I will sometime in the future because I love Disneyland. I cannot count the amount of times that I've been there since I've been a child, and I feel really fortunate that I have been there so many times. So I want to give you my 6 tips to having an optimal Disney visit, whether it's your first time or you've been a million times and are a veteran like me and maybe just want to make your trip a little bit better. So I'll just start from right off the bat. Number 1, go on the weekdays. So this goes without explanation. You know the park's going to be packed 24/7, but it is a lot less packed on weekdays. And with that being said, I also would say that going in the winter is so much less crowded. I went this past Thursday and I only had to wait about 20 minutes for each ride, max. I think the minimum was like 10 minutes. I mean, I understand if you have work or you go to school, it's kind of hard to go on the weekdays, but it kind of follows up with my next tip, and that is to go at night. So number 2, go at night. It's a little bit weird because maybe you want to be there during the day, you want to be where it's all, you know, bright and you can see everything, but if you think about it, the families that have a lot of kids or just the people that go with kids usually get tired out about 6 p.m. And so what I used to do, especially with my pass, being so fortunate to have that, is go in the later parts of the night. So I would get there around 5 o'clock and then stay till closing. And it does kind of cut down your time, but it is so less crowded. You get to watch the fireworks. I think Disneyland and California Adventure are beautiful at night, so I may be a little bit biased there. And it's a little colder if you do go in the summer because sometimes Anaheim does get hot during the summer, and so you're sweating all day, and then it's nice and breezy at night, so it's perfect. The third thing that I would like to recommend, and this is something that can be taken if you want it or not, but if you are visiting on a holiday or you're going to be here for a couple days, try and get a multi-day pass. And I know that sounds very like, oh yeah, well, like, who can afford $300 worth of tickets? But if you get a multi-day pass, it works a lot better because 1, you can actually explore each park and see everything about it because there's so much in there that really can't be fit in one day. Especially if you go on the weekends, you know it's going to be packed. Wait times are going to be 45 minutes to an hour per ride, even for the smaller rides. And those bigger rides, they can get up to 3 hours long. And obviously that's not optimal, and hopefully you really don't experience that, but I have before. So if you do get a multi-day pass, you can check those out. You can check out Downtown Disney. Really look inside the park, try different places to eat or just to look around. There's a lot that you can find in Disneyland and California Adventure that one day doesn't really suffice, but it's totally up to you, but that's just my recommendation. So my number 4 tip might get me in trouble, but I'm going to say it regardless because I think it's a really good tip, and that is to park outside of Disney parking. So if you guys don't know, Disney parking is outrageously expensive. It's like $20 per car. I think it even went up. I could be wrong. But you know, you already pay so much for the park. It's kind of crazy how expensive parking is, but I mean, that's just business. But my recommendation is there is housing that is around the park. And if you park on one of the streets where parking is permitted, it is much less expensive to Uber to the front area. You can even walk to most of them in walking distance. I have saved so much money because I really don't want to be paying $20 per visit when I visit so often. So Ubering or Lyfting to the front of the park is much cheaper, hassle-free. You know, you don't have to take the tram back if you need to go to your car. You can walk there, you can Uber there again. But that's my recommendation. It saved me a ton of money. Number 5 is use single riders. So if you have a family and you're going with your family and you all want to be together, that's one thing, and it's totally understandable. If you're with your friends though or something like that, really think about it, because when you're on the ride, are you going to be talking to that person? Maybe if it's like Indiana Jones or something like that, that's a little bit different, but for most of the ride, you're not going to be actually talking to that person. you're just going to be enjoying the ride for, you know, that minute and a half that the ride is. So utilizing the single rider lines when you can is so optimal. I shamelessly have gone to Disneyland so many times alone and gotten on all my rides that I wanted to go in the span of 2 hours. And that's upwards of like 5 or 6 rides. In 2 hours. That's usually the time for one wait, for one ride. And it's a lot quicker, and sometimes you even get sat next to the person that you are single rider with. So if you go with a friend and you both go single rider, sometimes they just both shove you in there, so you never know. And so I would say use that if you're on a time crunch or you really want to get in a bunch of rides, because it really does speed things up, especially for things like the Cars ride, for the Incredicoaster. I also used it for Indiana Jones. I just got back on and on and on and on. It was so quick and so easy, so it was insane. So if you're kind of questioning if they do have a single rider line, don't be afraid to ask. They always usually will answer you about that, and so use that because it does save you so much time. And number 6, last but not least, ask your cast members about anything. They are there to help you. They're there to give their recommendations, especially for food. And so if you're going for the first time and you're like, I don't know what to eat, but I'm craving Italian, go up to one of them, ask. They will give you a good answer that, you know, really fits to your needs. They'll give you advice because they work there every day, and obviously they know the park like the back of their hand. So use their advice, use their information to gauge what you want to do. Don't be afraid to ask them things because they're willing to sit there and help you find out what's going to make your day great. For me, personally, if you want my recommendations, if you're going to Disneyland, my favorite place to eat there is Pizza Port. I think I got renamed to something else recently. But it is located over by Space Mountain, and it has really good pasta, pizza, and salads. And at least when I went there last, you got a lot of good food for your buck. And if you're in California Adventure, you can go to Lamplight Lounge, which used to be called Ariel's Grotto, and they do sell alcohol for the 21+ group of people that go and have really good food. I had the sushi roll there recently and it was amazing. I really wanted the lobster nachos, but I went by myself, so I didn't think I was going to eat it all. But they have the Dole Whip Center that just opened up right by Indiana Jones and the Jungle Cruise in Disneyland. There are so many good food options, but the thing is, if you do not want to spend a pretty penny, eat outside the park. In Anaheim and that area, there are so many places to eat that are really good. Sometimes at the Anaheim Convention Center there will be food trucks, and so if you want to look at that and kind of explore that, that's a good option. But it does get expensive, but there is also Downtown Disney. You can go to Rainforest Cafe, La Brea Bakery. There's so many options that you can use. And so the food is amazing no matter where you're going to go. It's just how much you want to pay. But yeah, so I love Disneyland. Like I said, I'm really sad that my pass did run out, but I will be going hopefully sooner than later. I absolutely love it. I've had these ears since the 50th or 60th anniversary of Disneyland, and I can't wait to take my kids there one day when I have them. I love Disneyland. If you have any questions, feel free to sound off in the comments. I love to respond to them. I thought this video would be really helpful for people that are visiting for the first time or need some help at Disneyland, because it is kind of a crazy place. So if you do like this video, let me know in the comments. If you want to see anything else that's Disney related, let me know in the comments. Give it a subscribe and give it a like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!